That's the whole fun of the draft is not knowing who the, basically who you're going to pick. The way the spring was, there seems to be some pretty heavy, maybe serious issues right there. I even got heat stroke over it. Y'all don't understand. And when something is going wrong and he's escaping, I have to hear about it. Right. So please don't get upset. Don't get John upset. Okay. That's right. What side did you want?
We're experimenting growing our own grain. This one here does have more other grain in it. Looks like rye and, looks like rye and wheat for sure. But it probably has some barley and that in there. We started off just using oats, and that's what you see right here is the oats, because it's our rabbit food. We feed them oats and sunflower seeds. So you get sunflowers growing everywhere in our garden, and you end up getting oats. But now we have chickens, so we get scratch grain. So you end up getting your mixed grains. Now, we can feed this back to the chickens and the rabbits. We can dry it as hay, we can dry it as oat, and the grass, the straw. Because with this, you don't really get hay unless you cut it from now or under, right, sweetheart? Mm-hmm. It would be hay, and then after you get a grain from now until later, it would be straw. Yeah. It's the texture in the grass. Right now, the turkeys would eat the top, but they would not eat all of that straw. But they'd use that as bedding if it was dry. Now, we have 24 hours before we get a storm, so we're going to put it out on this sandy area to absorb a lot of that moisture out of it, and the sun is going to bleach it today. And then we're going to take it in the shed and put it on top of the rabbit cages so it can dry out some. And watch putting on top of a cage that has a rabbit in there, because if there's any bugs on that, they'll go onto your rabbit like a mite and get in the ear mites. Come in that way with hay on top of their cage. So just put it somewhere where it'll dry. You don't want to bring it in wet because it can start a fire. You don't want wet hay stored around. Female in here. They're doing it, but it's not in that massive sunchoke. And there's lots of stuff growing underneath it. And behind it, I think we're going to take that big one down, because we don't need no more. And this one's kind of impeding the growth on that side, so we take it down, and maybe the other kale will look like that. That one, toothache plant's actually doing very well here. I like that. The flowering cabbage, or kale, I can't remember. I thought this was your pepper, Johnny, but this plant was kind of stunted. That could be the black Hungarian, something. Anyway, that needs more mulch, more muddy poop, and it needs to get the sun choke off of its butt.
See, there's still good sized tomatoes on them left there. So this is getting slightly bad. You can see it's kind of dying. line there a little bit. You know, but it is kind of late in the season. There's still quite a bit of tomatoes on it. I'm still harvesting some every day. Alright, so this is the planter where I had a whole bunch of stuff going at the time.
You won't get too big for that. You finish the burn netting. Need to move all of that and clean all of that. You guys are awfully cute. I like being different too. When somebody says I can't do something, I really want to try it that way. I'm really glad. I didn't think I was allowed to get chickens this year, and I ended up getting chickens, but I didn't know I was allowed to have a rooster or not, and we brought the rooster inside, and look, Silky did this for us. 8 little babies. That's our self-sufficiency. You know, sometimes you can't listen to what others tell you, what you can and cannot do. You gotta find out and try it yourself. I tried to incubate and I suck at it. I didn't give up. I let Silky do it. She did a better job than I did. But her first chance, a fox stole her eggs. Second chance, a mink stole her eggs. Just as they were ready to hatch, they all got taken. That's a month sitting on a nest, waiting for these little guys to come out of an egg and something steals them on you. You know, I bet she wanted to give up, but I put a rooster in with her and she started laying again. And then look what we got. We got all these little cute little babies. You know, sometimes life is tough, but you can't give up because that's just a mountain in your path. Sometimes they're put there to give us a test. See what we would do with them. See if we give up or try a way around, try a way under, try a way over. Blast the mountain. Right, Silky? You took off after a mink. And you took off after a fox. 'Cause they pissed you off enough and took your babies that you went and you chased them down, didn't you? It didn't help, but you got determination, girl, and you did it. This incubator is a little bit too small for the chicken to actually come out of the egg. We only had 2 hatch out of 2 runs with this. We actually had 3 runs, but 1 wasn't fertile at all. But the chicken on the second time was lifting this up, and that screws the humidity up, so the other ones can get shrink wrapped. But am I going to give up? No, I'm going to try it with quail, because I think quail eggs will fit. Where is one that it has to be the ones that are straight up and down. They're the ones I've been turning. So, I want to try that brown one. Hopefully it wasn't down too long. I'm just going to keep... I wonder if they go in there. And maybe not, because you can turn them. Maybe I can try in there. So, I'm going to get these guys in the incubator, and I'm going to try again. What you doing, Buzz? Buzz. Buzzy. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Buzzy. What are you doing? You don't like the light? Turn the light off. There. That better? That better? You do cock-a-doodle-doo? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Are you trying? Are you trying?
They look beautiful. There's my bean bed. One thing that I learned this year is that beans are not a practical crop. They don't have a lot of room, and really, to make it work.
I mean, that's the whole fun of the draft.